Kit Kats can read. Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome to another review, and today's review is going to be on There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. As a quick disclaimer, this is a book that I purchased myself around the release date. Everybody was literally talking about it. Oh my god, Stephanie Perkins has written a slasher YA horror thriller novel, and I was like, okay, let's give it a go. I love her contemporary books, and The French Kiss and Low and the Boy Next Door, so I thought, yeah, you know what, let's give this one a go. Unfortunately, was a bit of a disappointment for me, and I will go into the reasons why in this video. This is going to contain no sort of massive spoilers at all in the first section, but the second section I'm going to talk about like what I did not like about this book, but the first half I'll just talk about some things about the book. So this is about a girl called Makani, and she basically has moved over from, I believe it's Hawaii, and she's moved to Nebraska. So she's discovered that she's finding new friends, and especially a boy called Ollie she has grown a big connection to, and maybe a sort of like possible romance there. But then one by one the students of the school are being hunted down and killed in the most drastic and gory sort of ways, and I must admit those were very graphic, so if you've got a very weak stomach like myself, just be prepared. So Makani has her own like secrets of her own, which is, you know, why she moved from Hawaii, and she's just got her own secrets to bear, and, you know, can she keep those secrets, or, you know, will her past catch up with her? So it's literally a sort of like slasher horror thriller novel, stabby murder sort of book. And yeah, it's also about Makani. Thank goodness this book was just a standalone, because I just didn't like it at all. It was just really bad. There were parts of the storyline that I literally thought were absolutely ridiculous, and I was just like why? Like, I don't know, there were certain things, and Makani and Ollie, I really didn't like those two characters. They are meant to have this sort of like romance and this relationship together, and it's just like I could not see that happening. Like, I just could not feel the connection between those two, and I didn't really like the characters at all. I liked Ollie probably more than Makani, because Makani is like literally a really unreliable and unlikable character in my opinion, and yeah, I just didn't feel anything for the characters. Didn't feel anything for all of the characters in my opinion. Like, they should have all died. They should have all died, and I would not have cared less between any of them. I just had no feelings towards any of the characters at all. Like, didn't like any of them at all, and unfortunately that's just what I felt about the characters. I got bored several times throughout this book, and I don't know, there was just like this section like midway through to 3/4 of the book, and not a lot was happening, and I was just like, come on, like seriously. It was being dragged so much, and I was just like, I was enjoying the scenes more when people were being killed, and it would just be like dragged out, and oh my goodness. The ending of this book I thought was really stupid. Like, when you find out like who the killer is, like sort of midway through the book, and it's just my goodness, just the reasons behind everything are ridiculous. So I'm going to end the non-spoiler section now. All you need to know is I just gave this book 2 out of 5 Kit Kats. It's been a while since I've given a book under 3 stars, and my star rating, or Kit Kat rating rather, like 5 is really good, like amazing, 4 is good, 3 is okay, 2 is didn't really like, 1 is terrible, do not purchase at all. So 2 stars, just didn't like it. I just didn't like it. For some of the book I had like 3 out of 5 Kit Kats, and then it just went downhill, and unfortunately to. I just didn't like it. It wasn't a terrible book. I really didn't enjoy it. So now I'm going to move on to the more of the spoiler sections, which I'm going to talk about more about what I really honestly didn't like in more detail. So if you guys have read this book, then you can move on to this section. But if you haven't, I suggest give it a read just for yourselves, just to see how you think about it, because I know some people that really did like this book. This is just my opinion of this book at all. So like I just didn't like this book, but some people did like it. I've got friends that did love it. So it's just one of those things, like just give it a read for yourselves and then come back to this video and then we'll talk about more about why I didn't like the bits. So see you later to non-spoilers, but hello to the spoilers. So first of all, I'm going to talk about like Makani's reason as to like why she moved. Like I didn't get it at all. Like I was just like, seriously, that is your secret, that is your reason for moving? Like what the F? Like you could have thought about something a bit better than that. Like oh, I just thought her reasons were silly. Like her reasons were silly, like, and it was so bizarre and so strange. And like I say, like the killer is like nobody who we know at all. Throughout the middle of the book we find out who they are because they try and attack Makani, and then the rest of the book is just like trying to like find this person. I feel like it would have been a lot better if we found out who the person was like near the end. Like we wouldn't ever like guess who it is. But yeah, it's just, I feel like I was disappointed because we found out who it was middle of the book, and then it was just chasing after them towards the end. And yeah, we got a couple of more attacks, a couple of more kills, like sort of there, which I really liked. And I must say, if I had to have like a favourite part, it was honestly the bit where the killer is killing an extra couple of people in the end on the chase. But still, I would have preferred finding out who it was. Like I love a good mystery, but finding it out, it kind of spoiled it for me. And then I was just like, oh, and then I got a little bit bored. And like I say, I really didn't like Makani and Ollie. They were just, yeah, I really didn't care for them. Even when they were chasing after this killer, I was just like, yeah, this is just daft. But I must admit, the bit where we think that Ollie is dead, I was just like, oh my goodness, he's dead. But no, he's alive, and I was like, damn it. The ending is so stupid. The reason why the killer did it is literally like on the last page. It's just so stupid. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. Like I was just like, what the fuck? Seriously, it says here, David Thurston Ware died knowing that he would never leave Osborne. They died knowing that he would be buried there forever. Like, what the hell? Like, you want to kill people? Oh, like, oh, just, yeah, I don't even like want to, because it's just, it was just stupid. Like, what a silly and daft reason to kill people for. Like, it made no sense. Like, I would have thought it would have made more sense if they had a storyline where, you know, people had wronged them, sort of thing. Like all the students were like laughing at them and bullying them. Like a bullying sort of theme would have made more sense than this. Like it was just terrible. Like I did not like the ending whatsoever. I didn't like a lot of things about this book. There were minuscule moments where I found they were like actually okay, and that was honestly just the murder bits, like the bits where they were actually being murdered. There was one scene I thought it was like proper gory, like it does do it in a lot of detail, like the cutting around of the slushing of the brain, like that was like the most one for me. And yeah, but I've got a really weak stomach in that sort of sense, so those sort of bits were done really well because it honestly did make my stomach churn. But it was just a really bad book, like for like the majority of it. But that's why I'm giving it 2 stars. If it was like bad the whole way through, I would have given it just like 1. But honestly, it's just one of those books you just gotta give a go. Like you either like it or you don't. It's one of those sort of like Marmite books. You like it or you don't, or you're gonna find it okay. And you'll get that with a lot of books. But I unfortunately was one of the people that didn't like it. In my opinion, I just think Stephanie Perkins should just stick to what she's really good at, which is contemporary for me. Like, I love her contemporary books. Anna the French Kiss, one of my favourite contemporary books ever. And Lola and the Boy Next Door, I really, really enjoy as well. So, in my opinion, she just should stick to just contemporaries, but then some people don't like her contemporaries. So, like I say, it's just a mixed bag with that sort of thing. So, yeah, so that's all I really needed to say about this book. Unfortunately, it wasn't a big hit for me, but, you know, it's been a while since I have done a negative review, a bad review. I don't think I actually have done a bad review. I tend to do reviews that I really like because I mostly rate things like 4 or 5 stars, sometimes 3 if I find it a really okay book. But you know, that's just me. I try and find the positives of books always. Like I say, the best bits for me were the stabbing scenes, but the rest unfortunately I didn't like, and I didn't really grow towards the characters. So it wasn't for me, but it might be for you. I suggest you give it a go for yourselves. That is the end of my non-spoiler and spoiler review. Let me know down below in the comments if you have read this book. If you did, what did you think about it, and that sort of thing. But that's it from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Always, all of my social media links, if you'd like to follow me elsewhere, are down below. If there's any other books you'd like to see me read and review, let me know down below as well. Let me know what you recently purchased. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Always keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy. My name is Katie, and I'll see all of you wonderful, awesome people in my next video. Bye.